This clash between Trump and Robert De Niro was not just about insults, it was a warning. In this video, we reveal the facts the mainstream skipped, the silence that keeps louder than speech, and the truth behind Melania's vanishing act. What you are about to see, most people never have, and it changes everything. Robert De Niro did not just insult Trump, he tore him apart. He called him stupid, a fraud, a clown, not just out of anger, but out of pure frustration and honesty. He is not wrong. Trump acts like he is running a reality show, not a country, no research, no responsibility, just chaos and noise. But the real burn, De Niro did not attack his politics. He went straight for the personality, called him a national embarrassment, and when even Melania disappears, that silence says more than any speech ever could. This was not just name calling, this was a warning. De Niro called him a monster, and maybe he is, because it feels like Trump wants to do the worst things just to see how we react. That's not leadership, that's a manipulation. And yet, somehow, they are still people who treat him like a savior, but the truth is the only miracle Trump pulled off is convincing millions that destruction looks like strength. That's not politics, that's a performance for people who love for the chaos. Robert De Niro did not just want to punch Trump in the face, he wanted to punch him off the ballot. This was not just anger, it was a warning, a country heading toward chaos and the guy driving the car. Too busy raise position on Truth Social. Trump's comeback. He called De Niro washed up and low IQ, which honestly, coming from the guy who thinks windmills cause cancer, sounds a lot like projection with a comb over. But the meltdown does not stop there, because when even your wife stops clapping, you know the silence is louder than the applause. De Niro called him what he really is, a schoolyard bully, the kind who surrounds himself with scared kids who just nod along. No one dares to say, so that's not how the constitution works. This is not leadership, it's a recess with bodyguards. De Niro is not shouting for attention, he is calling the principle. Because what we are seeing now, it's just politics, it's denial of truth in real time and everyone's pretending it's normal. Even Trump's speech sound like a rant from someone completely detached from reality. And that's exactly why De Niro felt the need to speak out, to go on the record before it's too late. He called Trump insulting, and he meant it not to be dramatic, but to be honest. And while Trump yelling on stage, someone else in quietly disappearing behind him, not from politics, from his side, his own wife. So the question is, what's hiding inside the Trump marriage? Is it just a cold PRD or something more controlled, more calculated? What kind of man drives Robert De Niro to unleash a storm of words like pig, fraud and disgrace? Maybe it's not just who Trump is, maybe it's what he's doing to the truth, to the country, and to the people still too afraid to say enough. At some points, De Niro's rant stopped sounding like anger and started sounding like Trump's resume straight off Craigslist. But this is not just personal, it's national. A country's shame aired out live. And while Trump rambles on stage with the real headline, Melania's gone quiet. Trump says she's happy, staying home. Political translation, she is ghosted the campaign. No rallies, no RNC, no standing by him after the shooting, just one short statement, that silence. She did not just step back, she vanished from the narrative entirely. And no one in the media really asks why. Because it's easier to cover the circus than question why the ringmaster's wife left than tent. De Niro nailed it. Trump is not just a bully, he is a stupid bully. And when a bully wants power again, it stops being funny. If he can't hold marriage together, how he is supposed to hold constitution? This is not a comeback, it's a warning. He is coming back to punish. And when the clown runs the circus, it's not entertainment anymore. It's danger in disguise. De Niro is not just insulting Trump anymore, he is diagnosing him. Trump calls everything fake because deep down he knows he is the fake. It's projection, classic deflection from someone who can't handle a mirror. If fake it till you make it were a person, it would be tweeting in all caps right now. And yet, this is not just about lies, it's about damage, real lasting damage. De Niro said it brilliantly. This is not a leader, this is a thug who talks like a gangster, acts like a king, and breaks rules like they are written in pencil. 6 months into his first term, it was not a warning anymore, it was reality budget frozen, watchdogs fired, chaos discussed as leadership. This was not drain the swamp, it was flooding the system with dysfunction. De Niro, like many, gave him a chance, but when the lies turned to law-breaking, the only thing left to offer was handcuffs and jumpsuits. This is not about left vs right, it is about criminal vs constitutional. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are not a part of crime family. Trump is, and the GOP knows it. They are just too scared to say it. That's not politics, that's power at any cost. De Niro's not afraid to say Trump's a fraud who mocked veterans, threatened protesters, and used the flag like a props. And when even gangsters have more honor than the guy in the Oval Office, you know it's gone too far. This is not a strong man, it's a poser in a flag pin. De Niro said it best, he's not just dangerous, he is a clown pretending to be a king. And if we don't take him seriously, we will all pay the price. Mussolini, Hitler, they looked like clowns until the chaos began. De Niro is not just trolling insults, he is sounding the alarm, because Trump is not just acting like a tyrant, he is building the tent. And every time we laugh him off, the danger moves in closer. De Niro's seen what happens when jokes become routines. And when the curtain finally falls, the jokes on us. At Cannes, he did not just accept an award, he delivered a cultural warning. He called Trump America's Palestine president. Not because of taste in art, but because a man who attacks culture, mocks heroes, and flirts with fascism is not a patriotic. A real patriot does not silence artists, does not ban films, does not treat soldiers like campaign props. And yet somehow millions still believe him. That's what baffles De Niro, not Trump himself, but the loyalty he still commands. Because this is not left vs right anymore, it's truth vs performance, real vs fake. Trump is not a new story. He is a recycled character, the con man in a red tie, preaching lies wrapped in flags. We have seen this act before, the clown who was not taken seriously until it was too late. And now he is knocking on the door again. De Niro's message is clear. Don't wait for the damage. This is not politics, this is a second chance, and this time no one's laughing. Nixon looks like a Boy Scout compared to Trump, and now Trump calls anyone who opposes him the enemy within. But as De Niro points out, he is talking about himself. That's the pattern. Accuse others of exactly what you are doing. Trump uses intimidation, fear projection, wraps it in patriotism, and sells it as a strength. But look closer, the real threat is not protesting in the streets. It's rising from a golden elevator, smiling in a red tie, calling truth fake and power his. And when America's greatest actor says the president is just acting, maybe it's time we stop applauding. This was not a meltdown, it was a national intervention. De Niro held up a mirror, and what we saw was unsettling. The bully, the bride, the circus, the crowd still clapping. So the real question is, how many red flags do we need before we stop cheering for the show? This video is based on real footage, public statements, and events broadcast live. Any resemblance to satire is purely factual. No actors were harmed, except maybe a former president's ego. If this made you laugh, think, ya clench your jaw, hit subscribe and bell icon before someone called that fake news too. Thanks for watching.